Hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going? Hold on. We got to move that over there. That over there. Put all the streaming stuff away. Streaming keyboard and mouse. Don't want to accidentally hit the wrong thing. Encrypted. What's up, dude? How you doing? How you doing? I am settling in, getting prepared. I should have been prepared before I started, but you start it up, you get comfortable, you go, okay, hold on, I need to make some adjustments here. I did a little bit of work over the weekend. I finished up this section of the circle for the outer rim, so I just got to do that. That's the last little bit, and then the whole outer rim outline will be done. Then we'll probably do some work on getting rid of some of this water, and I guess filling in some of the water on some of these corners, like there and there and there. So we got some stuff to do. I am getting low on rockets, so we're gonna go pick up some rockets and some golden carrots first, though. How's everybody doing? How'd everybody enjoy their weekend? I basically, or Easter, I guess, if you celebrate such things. We did a lot of laying around yesterday. Really didn't do much at all. Had a very strange smattering of food. No real meals. Except maybe pizza. We did pizza. Pizza was lovely. We just kind of had a very chill day. We kind of needed a day to just do nothing. So that was lovely. Let's see here. I got the rockets. I need carrots. Golden carrots. Great. Cool. Stream might get interrupted by a phone call here or there. I've reached out to a few contractors for doing the some stuff on the streaming room, the gaming room, because there's some stuff in there like the flooring and things that I just can't do myself. And I'm hoping that maybe I'll get a call because I want to get a quote on that. I don't know how much an epoxy floor could potentially cost. I've been looking, and maybe later on I'll show some ideas, but I've been looking at like potential design choices for this floor. I've seen some really cool things that use like glow in the dark epoxy and like metallic epoxy. So I've been really just trying to get creative with what the floor might look like. I think that's the only block right there, right? And then it needs to do this and this. This is just going to keep making a mess, isn't it? Okay, great. Yeah, lovely. It's fine. So yeah, I might show off a couple ideas. I got two that I've narrowed it down to. There might be more later on, but I'll show those off later. I finished up some of the big stuff over the weekend that I needed to get done for the room. Tomorrow I'm starting like electrical and data stuff. I ordered like a basically like this in-wall data management cabinet kind of thing. So like all my fiber optic cables can go through like a patch on there, Ethernet cables, coax cables. It'll be great. It'll be an easy way that I can have like this patch system down in the basement, and I can basically patch to have any monitor or TV in the house that I want showing what's on my computer at any time. That was kind of the ultimate goal of it, and I feel like I've gotten everything figured out on how to accomplish that. It's all kind of run. I just have to make it look pretty. Because right now there's just a bunch of fiber optic cables and Ethernet cables hanging from the ceiling. So that's not great. So I definitely want to clean that up. And the box came like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago or so. It'll be good to really make that nicer over the next couple days. Trying to like get one major thing done every week. So last week was the framing for the utility S closet, and this week's going to be electrical. And then I got to do some like HVAC work because I need to. Right now, the way that this is happening is I have like, okay, this isn't going to work. I have like the AC and heat there. The vents just go to one side of the basement, and there's actually no vents that are facing to the inside where this room's going to be, which I didn't realize at the time. But it shouldn't be too difficult to like divide up the venting system so that I have a couple. I think I'm going to have 2 vents. I'm going to try and get one that's like almost not right over the mic, but right behind the monitors. So like if the mic is facing me this way, the vent will be like up there. So it's like coming from behind the mic, so it doesn't necessarily pick it up. So that way I could have AC blowing on me if needed. Or I could just change the direction name of it and like have it circulating. Fun. I really wish I had a lot of my vents. I really wish a lot of my vents were located elsewhere. I've done this once before in a really old home when like all the lath and plaster was down and the drywall was down and the stuff was exposed. I'm kind of like having to do this in like a weird finished section. I don't know how it's gonna go. I could end up making a big mess and just end up pulling this whole sheet of drywall down that I need to get to do this. But I think so. There's like this weird thing with our dishwasher. Our kitchen is kind of right above where this room is being made, and our dishwasher feels like hot constantly during the winter. And I think I've located it. I think like they had an old vent or something coming through, like at this cabinet level before they put the air conditioner in there, and I don't think they ever capped off the ductwork. So I'm basically going to try and get up into to the ceiling of the basement and take whatever this weird duct is going that way and take it from underneath the cabinet to the kitchen and flip it downward so it's coming into that section of the basement. At least that's what I'm hoping I'll be able to do. So that's going to be like one of the vents. The other one, I think I'm going to have to figure out how to put a T-junction in there, which is not something I wanted to do because I know like vents are very specific for like airflow and how much it can pump out. But I just think that there's no real good way to do this except to just add a output. And that's going to be the one that's like directly in front of me. So it doesn't have to be super strong as long as I can feel it. And I think technically that one runs up into like one of the guest rooms. So it's not even like going into a room that is regularly used to being like we have the vent off in there already. So I don't think it's a room that needs to be constantly taken care of with heat and stuff. But that one's going to be the harder of the two, I think, because I'm going to have to like cut into a line and figure out a way to split it, which I don't really know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll solve it. I like these problems. So that might be, well, we'll see how far I get. That might be next week or the week after's task. So it's electric/data, like cabling stuff. Then it's AC ductwork stuff. Then it's probably I don't know. There's like lighting in there. I don't know. I don't want to just save some money and do like fancy lighting down the line. I don't think it's going to matter if I switch out the lighting right now or not. I don't think it should because I'm basically just swapping out lighting fixtures, which is super easy, and then maybe doing some cool funky track lighting. So lighting will get pushed till later. So probably, and this is going to be one of the many expensive things, but one of the things that I'm going to have to spend real money on right now is the Murphy door. That's probably going to be the next step after the HVAC stuff. I'm like on the fence. Like I was thinking of installing it myself, but it's such a precise thing. I don't know that I have the like skill, the carpentry skill to install that myself. That might get outsourced. I'm not sure. Then after the door, it's kind of a combo insulation and drywall. I got to put like soundproofing insulation and stuff in there. Since obviously it's going to be like for recording videos slash streaming stuff, and getting the drywall, and then I'll have to do all like the mudding and stuff for it, and then the floors. But I'm getting a start on getting the quotes for the floors early because I feel like these things, I want to know how much it's going to cost because depending on the price will kind of tell me whether or not I'm going to attempt to do the Murphy door myself. If it's like, I don't want to restart my streaming computer. No, thank you. If it's like super expensive, like more than 10 grand to do the floor, I probably will end up doing the door myself because the floor I know I can't do myself. But we'll see. And then after the floor is done, it's really just painting. And then if I want to tweak the lights or whatever, I guess I got to do the trim. I don't 100% know when in the process the floor needs to happen. Like that could get swapped with the drywall. When I reached out to them, I did ask them the question. I'm like, does the drywall happen before the floor goes in or after with epoxy? Cause it's not, I don't know. It's not your standard kind of thing. So I'm really not sure what the order of operation with the epoxy is. The only thing is like I don't know. Some of the walls already have drywall because there were walls that were there that I didn't tear down. So I don't know if they'll be like, yeah, no, just get it done so it's all the same like dimensions or whatever. Don't know. But it's cool. It's coming along. I'm glad I have the time. Sounds like any movie I do won't be till May at this point. I might get a commercial next week, TBD. But because everything looks like it's going to be May, I have all of April realistically to work on this. So I'm going to take advantage of the time. I'm going to take advantage of it and try and get done a lot of the projects on this thing that I can't do myself. So that way, by the time I'm back, in a month to doing movies, that's when, the people can come in and do the stuff that I can't do, like the floor. But we'll see what they say. Okay, let me show you. I will bring up real quick. That's not the right mouse. Stand by. These are two options. Can I just open both of these? That would be really cool. You can open in Photoshop or something stupid. So these are two ideas I'm thinking about for floor options for down there. The weird octagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon? I don't know what shape that is. Septagon? No, that's 7. Whatever. These are the two options I'm kind of thinking about for floor. I just ordered some shelves to go in my dining room. I'm going to have to assemble them once they get delivered. Assembling stuff is fun. If you know what you're doing and if it's easy. So yeah, these are my thoughts for potential floors for this space. It's either like this, green with green and a little bit of black, or green with a lot of black. I'm kind of like, obviously green is one of my favorite colors. And I kind of like the idea of, Minecraft has the green in the logo, so I kind of want to stick with the green. So these are the kind of examples I was sending in terms of options for this flooring. Meant to be for board games. Think they're going to double a bit as kitchen storage. Is it the kind that look like they are good for displaying things, like display cabinets? I like a good display cabinet. I like the one with the hexagons, but don't know if I like... Well, the hexagons are actually just a reflection of the lights in the space. Like you can see the circle light down here is a reflection of this. This is just the lights in the ceiling. So that wouldn't be the case. It's just really weird the way the reflection's working. So you like this one. I'm leaning towards this one too. I'm leaning towards that kind of concept is also what I'm thinking about lighting wise. I want to do some funky kind of lights. in there. I saw, this isn't really like a ceiling light. This is going to have to be like a stupid cell phone shot. Oh, wait, did I ever take a picture of this thing? Never mind, I didn't take a picture of it. I saw this really, I thought I did take a picture of it. Oh, yeah. I saw this really funky light ribbon-esque light the other day. Is this going to focus? At a coffee shop. So this kind of like funny kind of swirly lights is the kind of stuff that I want in the ceiling, like very organic things. Yeah, the shelves are like modules, and you can kind of put them together in any way you want where the supports make sense anyway. That's cool. For that, it's kind of cool doing it for games then, so you have a cool display case for them. So I'm making the bottom modules having doors and drawers. So the bottom ones you could put the kitchen stuff in and then display the games on the top ones. Maybe. I don't know. I like displaying stuff like that. I think it's cool to like, I like the thing behind me, you know, not that I don't love that the AC is blocking some of it, but I like having certain display items back there. I do need to get batteries for those so they're lit up and cool. And I could add more modules for board games as needed and as I need them in the future. Like, do you have like a whole closet, I'm assuming, of board games, right? Like it's, or is it you have like a decent storage for them now? You're just trying to, or are they just like all, like what is your current storage situation? Wait, where's, I need, let's fill up here. And my wings are still fine, so we're good. I've been digging these fake mocktail carbonated drinks. I don't usually like carbonated drinks, but these are like not super carbonated, so I've actually been able to drink them, and I've been enjoying them. I have a closet with some of the bigger ones and small shelves. Okay, my friend has like, imagine what's a standard closet size? 2 feet by, what is that? 5 feet? 2 feet by like 5 feet ish. Closet just filled with board games, just from the floor all the way to the top of this thing is filled. He's a little nuts with board games. I don't know when he has time to play all of these board games. It gets a little crazy, but I keep buying more and I'm running out of space. People like, I like board games, but I don't have that level of board game mania that I see some people have. It's always impressive to me, the collections that people end up with for board games. Nothing wrong with that. I only have like, he's probably got about 300. Like, he's crazy with the number of games that he has. He's always the one when we do game nights that he brings like 5 new games every night to choose from. It gets gnarly. But it's fun. I like it. Yeah, one of my coworkers has, yeah, that's what's insane. It's like collecting Pokemon cards for some people. I don't understand it. I mean, it's cool. It's obviously not my thing, but like, you know, to each their own. Okay, I'm sick of this water spreading, and I don't. Where does it? I got to get up to here before it actually starts to connect. Maybe I should like get this section done so I can connect and get this water out of the way, because the water is kind of like really annoying. Just over here, we'll just blast through this a little bit here. It had to be, of course, landing on the spot where I'm placing blocks, so that's, you know, fun. Ow, I can't. Okay, that goes there. And at the board game convention I went to a couple weeks ago, they were helping his wife sell all of his collection. Wait, hold on. I missed a. One of my friends had several hundred, and he had a friend that passed away last year that had over 1,000. And at the board game convention I went to a couple weeks ago, oh wow, so he passed away, and they had 1,000 board games that they were trying to sell. Just had tons of storage containers of games. That's crazy. That's insanely crazy to have that many games. I mean, it's cool, but good gosh. Some people like that really is their life. I'm pretty picky with the games I get. Yeah, I feel that. I think that's why I'm not like don't have a ton. Uh, I have very specific requirements. I think if it were up to Vic, we would just have a ton of games because I think she would try playing and buying just a ton. But she knows I much prefer oh okay, I'm falling. Co-op type board games. So that like the unlock games or they're sort of like what's the one in the desert? I can't remember. But they're, co-op type board games have always been more for me. And so our selection is more so based on that. I just realized I'm facing the wrong direction here. I've screwed up again. This side is the side that's being seen. This inside is not. So let's fix that real quick. I did that over there too. I don't tend to like giant games that have huge boxes. I agree with that. I also don't like games that there's like a complexity level in the instructions. If the instructions require me to read a manual that's more than like, I don't know, 5 to 10 pages, I don't know that I can do it. There's definitely a limit of like my brain can only process so much when learning something new. I'm a visual person, so like I learn visually a lot easier. Kind of like why video games are nice, because I feel like video games are definitely more of a visual learning process. But I struggle. I struggle hardcore. Yeah, I usually want to play in less than an hour and not take longer than 15 minutes to teach. That's a fair time estimate. Yeah, 15 minutes to teach, and then I'm okay with a little longer game. If a game takes like 2 hours to, I don't want to go more than like 3, but like I'm okay if a game's a little longer if it's engaging. If it's not engaging and I'm getting bored and it's just long because it takes so long for different people to like take their turn or something, that's a different story for me. So it kind of depends. But for the most part, I'm okay with a little long. I'll play them, but I probably won't buy a copy myself. That's fair. I think I brought this up. I don't know if you were around when I brought this up, but I did finally get the opportunity to play Clank a couple months ago. I'm sure you were here when I was talking about that. Okay, this is making it very difficult to do what I need to do. How can I fix this? I think what I need to do... You still haven't played it? It was really good. Like, I highly recommend it. After finally getting the chance to like try it myself, I've recommended it to a bunch of people. I was looking for a copy of Clank Catacombs at the convention, but didn't see anyone selling it. It's so good. I mean, obviously I just played the base game, but it was solid, and it wasn't super long. Maybe it was like an hour and a half to get through it, something like that. It really wasn't a like crazy long game by any means. Okay, so we're just doing that, but I don't think that I need to really do like here too, I guess. But that means I need to do here. I guess so. Sure, yeah. Which means I need to do to here. Okay, well, great. This is going to be annoying, but we're going to just do it. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And it's not showing over here, right? So all of that will actually eventually get cut down. Okay, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3. We're just going to do this going up in hopes that this stops the water situation from being super annoying, and then we'll clean up the edges later. Once I get the floor in, all of this could technically come down too. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. So, yeah, Anyway, yeah, this is getting worse, kind of. Where is this block? Does this block go here and here? Okay. I'm missing like a section. No, maybe not. I think there. It's hard. It's difficult. Is there a block? There's blocks there. Cool. Played an interesting trick-taking... Played an interesting trick-taking game I liked recently. Called Cat in the Box. Cat in the Box. Trick-taking game? What does that mean? You sent it. Oh no, you sent the shelves. That was the shelves. Oh yeah, those are good shelves for that. That's totally perfect shelves for that. Okay, wait, hold on. Cat in the Box. Cat. I don't know why it sounds familiar to me. Perfect. No, okay. I haven't played it, but it was one of the games that they had at game night. I remember seeing it there. That box cover is very, very familiar to me. Um did you enjoy it? Are you going to get it? Am I like I'm at the ceiling. Why is this still not here? We need to clear this out. Oh, you got a copy of it. I was looking for played in themed around Schrodinger's cat. Oh, that's an interesting concept based around Schrodinger's cat. So, do you not win the game until somebody looks to see if you win the game? Let's see if I can clear out more of this water. I'd like to, yeah, that should do it. Because all the cards are black and the suits of the card isn't decided until you play. Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense. That's a fun concept. Definitely different. I'm gonna have to send that to my gamer friend later and see if it's if he's played it, because it really seems like one that he would know about. Ugh, why are we? Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter over here, right? Hold on, I gotta. This we actually want to flood down. Boop boop boop. Right? Because this whole thing gets filled in eventually. Okay, cool. Let's just make sure. And it looks good from the outside. Inside doesn't super matter. Oh, this thick? Was this too thick? Don't think so. I don't think this block needs to be there. Okay, cool. Great. Now we're here. Let's go up to that point and just make sure that's locked in. And also there's no this outside. Yeah, if we just go through here, we're missing some on the outside here. This is all necessary, right? Okay, cool. And then we should just verify. Boop boop boop. There and there and there. I think. What are these? Not water. I don't know what's going on with those. That's fine. We need to get up and just finish these couple blocks. And oh, why is it flooding again? I don't particularly. Oh my goodness. This is very difficult. So I've been seeing a bunch of the crazy stuff that they've been doing with the sulfur cube. seems like some interesting concepts that are happening. Most of them, unfortunately, seem like they wouldn't work outside of a creative mode thing. And I'll be very curious to see how many things actually like apply over to Java. You must have been seen people flying with it. There's the flying ones, but one of the ones that I found very interesting, somebody made like a tram with it, because I guess if you're able to like stick the top of it into a block, it gets stuck in the block, and then you can get in a boat on a pig and hit it, and it just floats the bottom of it while the top is stuck in the block as like the tram that goes along. That was probably the most interesting one that I've seen. The flying ones, I don't know if they're quite as possible due to the reach to hit the thing on a lead. The boat one that I saw, I'm not sure if it was possible or not. I don't know how to help me with that either. Why is this still so floody? What has occurred? I don't understand. Okay. Not sure where this is, how I've gone so horribly wrong here. Where is this water coming from? I guess the outside. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm interested to see, what is it, tomorrow? Maybe we'll take a look at the Java snapshot on Wednesday or something, just to see how it's evolved. I did see a post today, and it makes me bummed that I'm not going, where they're doing a Minecraft thing at TwitchCon in Rotterdam. Like, they're actually linking Minecraft and TwitchCon, which, cool. That's awesome to finally like have some sort of official live-esque thing with Minecraft. But I did get the sense from it that potentially more announcements of stuff, maybe? TBD? I'm very curious to see what happens there. And really jealous that I can't go. I hope that maybe they'll save something for the San Diego one, because I am thinking of trying to go this year to the San Diego TwitchCon. I really enjoyed it the first year I went. Last year I was working during that time, so I couldn't do it. But this year's, I don't know. I might be working, I might not, but I definitely would like to try and go again. We did get some good news. It looks like the writers have agreed to a temporary deal. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any writer strike, which most likely means there won't be an actor strike either. Usually if one of the two agrees to something, they could get it done for all the groups. So I am very hopeful that there will be no strike this year. And they did a 4-year contract, which is usually they only do 3 years. So 4 years is really nice because it means a bit more stability in the industry for a while. And we don't have to like do this again in 3 years. It gives us a little extra time to like figure stuff out. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. 4 years of good work would be nice. Keep the pension and retirement accounts moving in the right direction. How are we doing? We're doing good. I think I'm gonna run out of stone in a little bit here. Okay. I also think I'm gonna need to sleep soon. I don't remember what day it is. Oh wait, do I? I don't. Yeah, I probably would get phantoms at this level. I usually am better about sleeping, but I'm like head down looking at the outline of this thing, not really paying attention to it super well. That's that level. Oh, this is going to be slightly annoying. Up, yeah, see? These ones get a little funky here. I guess all of this will, I don't really want it coming down like it currently is because I want to be able to terraform in there without dealing with the water to start. Well, I guess we'll see how much is kind of like flowing after I get this whole thing done. At least what's there appears to be from the outside section. Was this supposed to be a block? Yeah, okay, cool. We are quickly running out of this. Okay, amazing. I am very excited for this weekend. We are only 5 days away from Gamers Outreach. Super looking forward to that as well. Lots of things to look forward to right now. I have the whole weekend blocked off, ready to go. That's cool. And we watched another Dungeon Delivery D&D over the weekend. Got a little, it was probably one of the more inappropriate ones. Got a little spicy in the middle. It crossed into very much so PG-13 territory. But my gosh, I really love those ones. And we'll probably start watching the gigs ones, the gig one from last week soon. Although tonight I might be watching the Artemis Moon flyby. I'm kind of interested in checking that out. I think like around between 7 and 8:30 or 7 and 9 seems like the really interesting time to watch it. They're doing it live. They're streaming it live. The stream for them already started. It's like the whole moon flyby thing. But like at somewhere around the early 7 o'clock hour is when they're like the closest they're going to be to the moon. So I kind of want to check that out. And then around 8:30, I think, is when they're like doing, it's like a Earth eclipse or lunar, some sort of eclipse where they're like positioned between the moon and Earth, or the moon and the sun, or something funky around 8:30. So I want to check that out too. So probably gonna watch that tonight, but maybe later in the week. I want to try and watch the gigs D&D session before the weekend, for sure. Okay, this is getting there slowly. Slowly we're getting there. Did I finish this layer? This layer is donezo. Okay, this is where this gets slightly annoying, but I think that's right. Cool. I know I'm going to get bored of this at some point and want to work on something else, but I'd love to at least have, like, I want to get the whole outer ring done. I want to get the water drained from it. It just, like, doesn't have to be textured, but I just want what I'm considering the main outline of this whole thing done before I maybe go work on something else for a little bit. Which I don't know what that something else is going to be, but I do want to feel like I've accomplished a little something. Kind of like I took a distraction after I finished the bedrock breaking for a bit and did some farm stuff. Oh, I've fallen. Okay, so let me just look. This is all still good. Where is this coming from? It's like up there, huh? Boop, boop, boop. So many blocks to be placed. So many blocks to be placed. I love it. And then I'm going to have to like get rid of all of them when I go to texture this thing. I feel like it just would have been too difficult to like, it's going to be a lot of mixing creative work and just work on here going back and forth when I go to texture it. I think texturing is going to take a lot, and I don't want to spend hours upon hours trying to precisely like line it up, I guess, in creative. Wait, hold on. This block here, is it this block? Oh, is it that one? Yes. Okay, so that one is supposed to be like that. Okay, cool. Great. None of these other ones though. How close are we to the top? We're not too far. We're not too far off. I guess we'll finish this and then we'll look at, did I terraform any of these? I know I did that one. Is this one terraformed? No. So then we'll terraform these three. I think will be the next goal. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just got to get a bunch of gravel. It's usually just gravel, honestly, to texture these up. Gravel and a little bit of stone here and there, but for the most part, it's gravel. I think last time I did like a layer of stone, and then that way the gravel like didn't build up. I got to see what the height differential is. Depends on how high the different sections are. Does this come through? Nope. Well, yes, actually. Where though? Right where I put the block. Okay, so hold on. This should be stone like that. Right? Yep. Okay, cool. Great. And none of this yet? Nope. Cool. Cool. Yeah. It's a process. So one thing we did do on Easter that was kind of fun. We've been really getting into making our own fresh squeezed orange juice. We have a juicing machine, this Omega masticating juicer. So we've been trying different varieties of oranges to figure out what is the best orange in terms of like how long after you juice it will it stay fresh and good. So we got last 2 weekends ago, we got these oranges called Cara oranges. Obviously Valencia would be the best, but we can't get them around here. So we've been trying. And so far we've tried navel, we tried these Florida oranges, but these Cara oranges have been the best. And then this weekend, a friend of ours who works on a farm brought us some carrots. So we juiced the carrots and mixed the orange juice with the carrot juice, and that seems to have made the juice last a little bit longer. We had it this morning as well, and it was scrumdiddlyumptious. It was very good. But one thing I wanted to try and do this time differently that we haven't done is we've been really getting into like trying to use more of the parts of the orange. So my wife ended up taking the orange peels and she made like candied orange peels with the leftover stuff from the oranges. Those are interesting. I've never had them before. She has. What she made was exceptionally sugary. Like I think there were 4 cups of sugar used in the creation of these things. I haven't heard of them either. I know some of my family in Florida used to do that a lot though. Yeah, we tried it out. I don't know how I feel about them yet. I really like the texture and the consistency that they ended up coming out with. You like boil them 3 different times in water, and then you let them simmer in 4 cups of sugar water, and then you put them in the dehydrator for like 12 hours. And it's got a really interesting consistency that I enjoyed. But like it's got a weird. You can't escape the rindiness of it because it's still an orange rind, and it still has the flavor of an orange rind, but it has the flavor of an orange rind with sugar. So I haven't decided if I like it yet or not. Some of them used to eat oranges like apples, though, which was always weird to me. I mean, essentially what you're doing here, because you're eating the rind, but obviously it's been boiled so many times and stuck in sugar water that the consistency is like almost gummy in a weird way. It's got a really nice texture to it. So TBD if we will be attempting this again. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting experiment. I don't know if the amount of work that went into it was worth it. I could see lemon rind being better. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Are you a fan of sour? Are you one of those sour people? Vicky likes sour stuff. My sister doesn't taste sour. Sour just tastes like sweet to her, which I don't understand. But like, if Vicky uses too much lemon in anything, I have a problem with it. I am very susceptible to sour things. I don't think lemon rind is really all that sour. I'm curious. Now I like want to try this. I got to talk to her about this concept. I mean, because we could always juice the lemon because we use lemon juice a lot for just different cooking dishes and stuff. So it'd be interesting to, juice it, cut the rind off. Even if it was just like for a small amount, I'm now like kind of curious to try it. Were these blocks that need to get done? Potentially not. I don't know. I'm gonna do this one, but whatever. It doesn't. I mean, maybe it's right. I don't know. I don't know if that one's right. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Am I gonna sleep? I'm gonna sleep. When I did HelloFresh all the time, they always wanted me to zest lemons into things. Yes, that is a huge thing. We bought a zester, like a little, like, kind of thing for that because we still, when we're in Buffalo, we still do HelloFresh, and my goodness, everything has lemon zest in it. If you did HelloFresh, you may have run into some of the recipes that we have had. One of our favorites, and I'm curious if you've tried this, the lemony Brussels sprout pasta. Have you heard of that one? We make that all the time. That is a big one. You've made that a few times. One of my favorites. Any of their Brussels sprout dishes are amazing. Like they do a flatbread, a Brussels sprout flatbread with like ricotta. Oh, so good. It's so good. Okay, so it really should just be the corner then. Here, I guess. Sure. Huge fan. Huge fan. You're not crazy about Brussels sprouts? My guy. Have you ever had like Brussels sprouts when they're super crispy and then they bring over like a nice aioli? Whoa. Sauce, or like with a little bit of honey on top of them, cooked nice and like not firm but like crispy. Depends on what they're like in the middle. If it's all crispy, it's good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're I like them crispy and a little like not mushy in the middle, but a little. It's got to be a little chewy, but not like super crazy bad. If they're soft center, I'm out. It shouldn't be soft. It should be like medium. It should be medium. Yeah, Yeah, we're a huge fan. That and their kale dishes. We've well, I guess actually some of the kale dishes we've made ourselves. I think there was only one HelloFresh kale dish that they did. I want the entire thing deep fried basically so it no longer tastes like a Brussels. Okay, I don't think you understand the purpose then of Brussels sprouts. You really just don't like the taste of them. Okay, interesting. I thoroughly enjoy the taste of Brussels sprouts. Now, I think with kale, that's kind of how I feel like with kale, like they do a sweet potato kale salad, sweet potato and Brussels sprout kale salad. And if that thing is not smothered in, I love it, but it has to be like smothered in the dressing. I like the kale recipes and salads more in HelloFresh. We do we have 3 different kale recipes that we do these days. I think only one of them is from HelloFresh. The other couple were ones that we like figured out ourselves or like found that we were like, okay, we have to try this kind of a thing. Weird. Is this like double? I don't know what's happening over here. So we do the kale, sweet potato, apple salad. We do a kale Caesar salad, which is really good. And then we do this kale tahini and bulgur salad, also very good. We did a lot of vegetarian HelloFresh meals. I mean, I'm a vegetarian. We've been doing HelloFresh since before the pandemic. We're big on the HelloFresh. Big on the HelloFresh. You should see. We have a binder that's like this thick of recipes we saved. So we probably had a lot of the same meals. I would assume so. Absolutely. One of a few of my favorites that they do are the chickpea tabbouleh bowls. They do the chickpea stuff really well. I really enjoy a lot of the chickpea bowls that they do. The way that they, have you put it in the oven and crisp up the cheese. Yeah, I like, lots of chickpeas. Chickpeas are great, especially being a vegetarian / pescatarian. So we do the fish stuff too, but great source of protein. Great source of protein. And the bulgur, they do, what's one of our favorite farro dishes? What is it? It's like a butternut squash farro dish that they do. That one is one of our favorites. Really versatile. 100%. Absolutely. But I think I think the way that we do it the most though is baking them. Yeah. We definitely do them baked. I did find I don't know if they were air fried or roasted, but Wegmans sells them in almost a package that you would get peanuts in, and they're just so crispy and lightly salted. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Excuse me. Hold on here. I need to drink. And I'll get these things for snacks a lot just because it's oh, I need a good munching protein thing. They're so good. They're so good. It's crazy how good they are. Okay, this is going to be a mess when I go to open this one up. I feel like out of all of them, this is probably the more difficult one to figure out. I mean, just this alone over here. I feel like I should just tear this down and then just deal with the consequences of trying to... I think it's going to be easier to terraform this one if it's just all down. Let's just tear this down. Tearing it down. Going to tear it down, and we're just going to terraform it. I am curious. Okay, so this whole contraption's got to go. We can get rid of this. We don't need this. My inventory is fairly clear. I will take that. Did I take it? Hold on. This is all just falling to the ground. Is it all down there? It's all down there. Look at all this. All of this has got to get cleaned up. All of this extra sand that's everywhere is going to go. It's all got to go. Everything must go over here. It'll just be so much easier to terraform it once it's like filled in appropriately. I think doing it from the corner makes the most sense. I could be wrong. We're gonna find out. The obsidian is going to be not the easiest to remove, unfortunately. What is this? This is nothing. Okay. The meat meals with HelloFresh were good, but I just don't like having to worry about taking too long and the meat going bad. Oh yeah, that's fair. Vicky's done she's done the chicken ones every once in a while, and I'll get like fake chicken to make with them. Unchecked door. Hello, sir. How's it going? How you doing? Did you have a lovely weekend? I feel less bad if mushrooms go bad. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't so that's the one vegetarian dish we don't get because she refuses to eat mushrooms. I love mushrooms unless I like a lot of mushrooms. I can't do portobello mushrooms. You had an amazing weekend? Whoa, amazing? Amazing sounds like you must share if it was that awesome. Amazing is like, you don't just have an amazing weekend without saying why it was amazing. Like the mushroom meals, they are a bit more perishable than a lot of the other meals. Yeah, we just don't get mushrooms because she refuses to eat mushrooms. Nowhere in the manual will she eat mushrooms. I love good stuffed mushrooms. Very good. When we do, we'll go to melting pot and I'll get the mushrooms in the melting pot. I started my first SMP on Friday. Oh boy. Welcome to SMP life. Did you have fun? Was it a heck of a first wait, this goes back there, right? Was it a good time? Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. SMPs, day one, always a fun. Just the first weekend of any SMP is like everybody's on, everybody's doing the early game grind. Definitely a fun time. Okay, so my question is this: will this kind of auto-fill itself in a little bit? I know it'll stop at the curve because that was the problem we had before. Okay, that's just going to get covered by gravel, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. Oh boy. It was so much fun. Lots of last deaths and exploration. That's cool. That's good to hear. That's definitely did you guys so some SMPs like will lock going to the Nether or the Dragon until like a couple weeks out or whatever. Are you guys doing any of that like restrictive stuff to like give everybody time, or were there people just going like ham and speed running? Okay, did that fill in? Is that a water source? I guess it's probably not big enough to be a water source. It's literally 1 by 1. Okay, great. I did sleep, so I don't have to worry about phantoms. So we just go down again. I want to keep an eye on my inventory because some of this stuff I want to hold on to, especially this deep slate. I don't necessarily need the sand, but the sand will probably help in the process of clearing out some of these. So you want spoilers? No. Okay, no spoilers needed. Keep your secrets. It's fine. No spoilers. Wait, were you guys streaming this or is this for video stuff? I'm guessing if there's spoilers, that means it's coming out on video, maybe? In which case, no spoilers. Oh god, this is all falling to here. I'm picking it up. Just in case. Videos? Oh, okay. That's always fun. Then yeah, no spoilers. I am going to sleep. No streaming that you're aware of. Okay. Streaming is like You know, I like doing videos, but I just don't. The thing that always kills me about videos is my job. Just wow, dang, dude, that's impressive. My job just doesn't allow me to be consistent with the video stuff. Uh, and I find streaming to be um a bit more forgiving, I guess you could say. Like it's fine if I leave for 2 months to go do a movie and then come back. So I don't know. I really do like editing and I do like making videos, but it's the first season I did on Craftworks was streaming only. And then I did the long form last season, which was okay because it was basically just like streams with a little bit of editing. But trying to like do full on edits this season, I think killed me, which is why I've been preferring to just stick to streaming from this season. Kind of like I did the first season. It's just easier. It's just easier, and I don't feel like, how do I explain it? Like if I'm doing a video, I feel like I can't play on the server because I have to wait to record the thing to make the video make sense. Where if I'm streaming, I could still play and just hop in whenever, wherever I am, and just stream it. Doesn't matter. I don't have to hold off on the progress of anything, which for me makes me way more active on the server, I think. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have the consistency to just make videos, but it's just not ideal for the way my life functions. This is so slow going. I don't know why I was breaking the sand. I could just do this and then slab the sand or something. I am annoyed at myself for having used deep slate. I couldn't have used a faster material for mining. I don't. What the heck? Why did I use this and not stone? Sometimes I question past me. Actually, not just sometimes. I question past me a lot. Can I do this? This might be a little cheeky. We're going to try something here. Okay. Oh, it worked. I have time right now for making videos, but I hope to get into streaming regularly too. I recommend it. I love streaming. Moss probably would have been a good choice. Moss probably would have been a much better choice. I'm glad that this is working, though, to remove this. Rails in the water to remove the sand? Sure. I mean, we want to keep the water, so. Look at that. That goes down nice and easy. Cool. These little ones I'll just do. I'll just chop these down. We don't need to get funky with these. Boop, boop, boop. Clean up some of this garbaggio. You just need a better computer. Yeah, when I first started streaming, many millennia ago, back in the 50s, I did not have a great computer, and I was surprised at how much I got away with not having a good computer. It's a bit more forgiving than you think. It all came down to the internet for me and making sure I had good internet speeds, more so than having a good computer. Okay. Let's get rid of this stuff. I'm gonna have to clear out this inventory. It's getting a little wonky. People often stream at higher frame rates and resolution than they really need to as well. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, what am I? Let's just look here. My output video. I'm at 1920 by 1080. Could probably get away with like 720p, honestly, because most people just watch on their phones or leave it on their phones on the side. And I'm not even streaming at 60 frames a second. I'm 30 frames a second. Like I don't have 60 frame a second recordings or or streams. But that's probably just the filmmaker in me. Yeah, 720p 30 is fine for most people. Yeah, I don't understand 60 frames a second. I don't need it unless I'm playing a video game, because like as a filmmaker, if I see that kind of weird smoother motion, it makes me gag. I only care if I'm playing the game and I need it. Now my stream, my bit rate is higher than I think most people do. I have a 6K bit rate. I think most people are usually between 4 and 5. I could be wrong there. But I keep my bit rate high because I don't like compression. I feel like I notice more than anything. Okay, let's just finish this side here. But that's just a me thing. My current laptop will not let me run shaders, voxy, or ambient sounds. I have to record it 40. I mean, okay, so shaders though is a choice. You could definitely not use shaders. But I do understand. Some people really like themselves their shaders. Okay, so this needs to get switched over. So this is stone. Unless you're playing some really fast-paced shooter or something, generally don't need 60. Right. I don't need, I need to play on I get motion sickness if this thing is below like 60 frames a second for playing Minecraft. But as far as like watching content with it, 30 frames is fine. Absolutely fine. Not a choice for me. I just can't. You can't play without shaders. Really? Like you can't. It just doesn't work for you. That's what I was saying. The shaders being a choice. Is it really not? You don't like. Wait, hold on. My current laptop will not even let me run. Oh, I thought you were saying that in terms of like you were trying to run shaders, or you were running shaders, but it's like not working. Okay, never mind. I misunderstood. Voxy, I don't know which is more or less intensive in terms of computer. If Voxy or Bobby mod is better in terms of intensity. Guessing you're using sodium and lithium already. It definitely make sure you have sodium and lithium. Yeah, okay. That definitely helps. And there's ones for entities as well that make a huge difference too. But if recording at 48 frames, not bad. I mean, like I said, I always record at 30, so but that's just me not liking the way 60 looks recorded. Even though it's like a standard thing and everybody does it. Not for me. Not for me. This is interesting. I'm realizing the depth intensity over here. This is gonna be not. Oh, I'm full on the inventory situation. It's not gonna be easy for this over here. How are we doing on the wings? Wingies are good. We are okay on the wingies. I get nervous. I really do not like. I'm gonna be crossing this thing, and they're gonna break in the middle of the void. I know that's gonna happen. I don't know what, when. So it's just better to be prepared. Okay, is there a sand one already? There are. Great, sand goes there, and we'll keep that stuff on me. I don't need. Do I have a miscellaneous one? This is miscellaneous. Let's take this stuff for now. Okay, cool. We'll keep the miscellaneous like over here. The pack that was put together for the server is pretty good. It's not super large, and I have the option to turn off anything that causes me lag. Oh, they put together like a resource mod pack for you guys. That's nice. That's always good when like it keeps consistency and it gets everybody on the same page with mod usage. So that's nice that they did that. Using Spark mod and running a client-side profile can be really useful for figuring out what's working. But yeah, if you're running on a laptop, yeah, you know, if you don't have a gaming laptop, I understand the issue. You do need like a real gaming laptop in order for it to work well. And like a gaming laptop that has a dedicated graphics card. Not like trying to use the onboard Intel graphics card, because that's not going to work. A lot of hermits kind of kill me with their lag complaints though. I just want to teach them how to use Spark. Yeah, they're interesting. I think they just want it to work, you know. It's not that. It's just a cheapo. Okay, well yeah. Then that is fair. That's fair. I mean, if this is just a hobby, like for me, it's just a hobby. Except, well, you know, it's funny because like, yes, this is just a hobby, but I need a good job. I needed a good computer for my job too, so I can kind of justify getting a good computer. Specifically Impulse. Impulse is interesting because like he's such a tech savvy guy, but only for certain things. Like he's got a very specific laser focused tech mind, which I always found interesting about Impulse. Because I feel like he should know how to run a client-side profile with Spark and immediately be like, oh, my villagers are causing lag. You'd think that, but he just seems more. I think the thing about him is he's really a gearhead. He likes playing with the gear. I don't think when it comes to like actually like delving into the computer and the things that cause lag, does he really care that much? I think he just wants it to work at that point. Or at least that's my take on him. That's why he buys all this fun, fancy stuff all the time. He's a gearhead. I'm surprised I don't, like, I barely ever get lag. I don't know why, but it's been years since I've had an issue with lag. I think you were here like the last time I had any real lag. Pretty sure the last time I had any real lag was the tree farm was doing weird things with lag, but like besides that, I wouldn't say anything I have is I don't feel it, at least. And if I do 90% of the time, it's just I need to restart the server. Or if I'm trying to like purposely create lag, I guess that could be a thing too. Yep. And Spark was super useful for figuring out what the majority of the lag from the server. Yeah. All the particles. I remember. Yep. I remember that. Oh gosh. What's happening here? I'm surprised this is not filling in more. If I take out this, will the whole thing like, oh, hey, oh, hi, how you doing? If I take out a line over here, it should. Well, actually, before I do that, let me finish this side because I don't want to do that, and then it does start to fill it in, and then I'm like stuck underwater more doing this. I don't know why Minecraft doesn't have an option to turn particles off. I don't know, but at least you have sodium. You know, you can with that. So it's like if you're doing things that you need to deal with it, you know about sodium. You know about the products that will help you deal with lag, in my opinion. I don't know if sodium fixes it. I know Tweakeroo does. Doesn't sodium have a thing to turn off particles? Maybe sodium. Pretty sure it does because I needed to use that before for something. Hold on. Oh, you're talking about in the way it works. particles. So turning this off is just hiding them, but it still happens? Interesting. I assumed this would actually make things better. Oh, I turned that off. Whoops, a daisy. Okay, floor is good. Yeah, terraforming this little cliff drop off, that's going to be annoying. Maybe? I can't remember. I know Tweakeroo works. I've always done it through there, but I haven't had particle issues in a while, so I haven't messed with it, so I don't know. But I did know that it was in there. I don't know the functionality of it, so the technical way that it works, though. I really think with how crazy decked out 3 looks like it's going to be, you want to talk about lag busting. I think that thing, they're going to struggle with lag. And they're going to really need to look into some ways to work around that, because just like him storing entities alone to then be like released into the dungeons, I feel like that's just asking for trouble. He's gonna have like 100 spiders and 100 zombies ready to launch in. Like, you're gonna have lag. How is it gonna be possible not to have lag? Okay, cool. So the question is this: if I break this down, it should technically create a water source and continue forward. Let's find out. Yeah, lots of entities, which is usually the cause of lag. Yes, exactly. So I don't know what's gonna happen when they get to that. I keep seeing these 2 blocks, and are they really not real? I'm so confused. Why those 2 look so real and none of the other ones do? It doesn't appear to be doing what I thought it was gonna do. Maybe I have to completely fill it in? Everyone always blames redstone, but usually it's the zombies holding eggs in a pit somewhere. I mean, yeah, exactly. Don't blame redstone. Redstone's you got mobs with AI going crazy. Makes sense. It makes sense that it would be that. Okay, I failed there. There we go. Okay, will this fill in? No. I must have misunderstood then how this is going to work. That's not surprising for me. I misunderstand things all the time. It's going to still be an empty hole, isn't it? That's fine. That'll make this a lot easier then. Or someone with a wheat farm villager breeder. They never... Wait, hold on. Are you making a reference to something? Did I miss something? Did that happen before? That's too specific. Boop. Yeah, this is gonna have to work. I've seen that happen several times. Oh goodness. Well, yeah, not necessarily. Well, no. I wasn't saying me. I was saying I was saying more so like in a Hermitcraft episode or something. Because I remember watching. I gotta take this. I'm gonna just mute up real quick. I think this is one of the flooring people. Okay, cool. First guy is coming out next Monday to look at the floor. I contacted 2 people. So I always like the ones where you have to manually feed the villager so it turns off by itself. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an issue the hermits have had with all of the wheat farm villager videos. Yeah, I mean, so I remember a very classic example from NardCraft season 6 where Mumbo left some farm running and he created like a stupid amount, I think it was sugarcane, like floating around his storage room, and it just like kept going in like an infinite loop. So they're as smart as they are, they don't remember to think about all of those things sometimes. Which is pretty funny. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Apparently this company that just called me has a showroom that I could go look at some of their stuff, which is kind of intriguing to me. But like, I guess it would be good to check it out. I just kind of want them to just do what I show them. I don't want to have to pick out something. So I don't know if it's going to be like that or it's just like these are all the different materials and types. I don't know. But I think this weekend I'm going to have to make a trip out to their showroom to check it out before they come over, so I have a better idea of what I'm trying to say to them that I want. I'm going to get pushed over. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So this outside over here looks good, right? I don't have any weird scraggly bits. Go and see if you change your mind about what you want. I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's good because they might have like, here's all the different colors of epoxy that they have. Like I have those pictures I showed, but I don't know what green that is. You know what I mean? So it might be like, I go there, I go to the showroom and I pick like, okay, that's the green. Like I see the colors and can put a name to it. Like that's emerald green. Okay. Yeah. That color resembles the picture. Let's lock that in. I'm guessing it's something like that. So, probably wouldn't change my mind of what I want, but more so help me be able to use the right words to tell them what I want instead of just here's this picture. Because, you know, everybody sees color differently a little bit. So it's like, especially me, I have a higher color perception than most guys do. And partially because of my industry and like I've had to color grade stuff and I have to look at that all the time. Weird story. So I was working on this movie once. Yes, definitely with the way screens change colors, 100%. And I was gaffing this movie and me and the DP like really like this color. We set this color, of this light and everything. It's one of my favorite like gels to use. It's called Nectarine. It's got such a great like sunsetty vibe to it. And we both really liked the color. And then the director came up to us and was like, that's way too green. And neither of us could see green in the color. And we're like, what is she talking about? We were so confused. Come to find out, and I think it's only in women, some women have like an extra cone. What one's the one that sees color? Either cone or rod in their eyes that enable them to see an even like crazier spectrum of colors around that like green blue range. So she was picking up a color that physically was impossible for us to read. It was that like only if you have that specific like genetic mutation would you see that color in this light. We were blown away by it. I had no idea that was even a thing. Only time I've ever run into that before. We ended up putting like a quarter minus green on the the light just to like, even though we didn't see it, just to make it feel better for her. But I was just like, that's crazy. I did not know some people can actually physically see a wider range of colors. It was cool though. It was definitely a cool learning experience. Colors are weird. Colors are very weird. I love it though. It's like part of my job. I really enjoy it. I like looking. So DPs will create a lookbook, and then I love going through them and like finding gels that match the like color templates that they picked. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this steel blue or Tokyo green. Is it Tokyo green or Tokyo blue? I think it's steel blue and Tokyo blue are like two of a lot of DP's favorite like moonlight looks for gels. They love their steel blue and Tokyo blue. There's another one besides nectarine for like sunsetty look called straw, and it's like this super orangey color. I love it. I think it looks good too. I'm a fan of straw. I like nectarine a little bit more because nectarine has a little bit of a reddish vibe to it. But I love the process of like working with the DP to like pick the gels to help match, you know, the color scheme that they're going for and stuff. It's always fun. Lighting is really fun for me. Okay, cool. Oh, he died. Oh, I am very full on that, and my elytra is getting a little low. I guess we'll take a second here. So yeah, so I guess it makes sense. I'll go to the showroom. I'll like get very specific of the colors I want. Let me actually look at that again real quick. Hold on. It's got like a third color in it too. If you look at it, it's almost got like, it's got the green and then a gray and then a black to it. There is a tertiary color. Interesting. And I don't think the gray is the reflection unless, I mean, maybe it is. Oh, it's so hard to tell. No, I don't think so, because the reflection wouldn't have the same texture in it. And this one, this other one is definitely more like a seafoamy green. They are going to be very shiny. That's on purpose. I love the shininess. There's also, I don't know if they'll have this one, but they do epoxy floors in, you can use a glow in the dark epoxy. So like the green would actually glow if it gets enough light from the overhead lights when the lights are off. Might be pretty cool. We'll see. That might be a little expensive. I don't know yet. I'm hoping it's like, I'm guessing between $5,000 and $7,000 to do the floor like that. It'd be really funny if it winds up just being a giant Monster Energy logo. Okay. No. The website for this company, like, what attracted me to them is they had basements, man caves, gaming rooms. And I was like, you got a gaming room on there. You know what I'm going for. Okay. So that made me go, yeah, okay, these guys, you know, it's not going to be weird if I'm like, yeah, I'm making a gaming room. It's the easiest way to describe what I'm doing. Why is this leaking? Why leak over here? What's happening? Is this even where I was working? This is where I'm working and it was leaking. Where is it leaking from? It's got to be like here. I put all of that away. Oh, it's totally right there. Okay. Okay. We need to, first things first, let's repair the elytra, go get the stone, and then we'll plug the leak up there. Hello, Mr. Guest. You live here still, huh? What an existence living below this portal. I used you once. You got the job done. Haven't messed around since. Why? I can't figure it out, but there is always one zombie over here. Always one. I don't know where the heck he spawns from. Oh god. Probably be useful when you're... Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. I'm assuming he's like spawning there? I don't know. I really don't know, but there's every time I come out here, there's always one over here. It's really annoying. Okay, let's do that. Click the button. And let's put this in the offhand. Okay, cool. I did like, using the ghast. It really made putting all of the stuff around the borders easier. I don't 100% know that I'll still use it when I get into areas outside the void. Like, he's got to be spawning on that terracotta block. There's nothing else he could spawn on. I can't. Yeah, it's got to be that. But, like, that's got to stay clear. I guess I could make it brighter somehow. Like, if I make it light level, what light level would it need to even be? Is this a light level? This doesn't even show a light level. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't have a way to stop them from spawning on it, so whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's put that away. Let's get back to it. This portal. So there's some portals over here. I don't even know what they go to. Like, what does this go to? Let's find out real quick. What does this portal go to? I have no idea. I have no clue. Somebody's base. I don't know. It's fine. It's great. Okay. This is the one we want, though. Sorry. Did I fly by them? I must have flown by that guy. I still need to fix that. That might be like, when I'm done with this, that might be the perfect project. I'm going to have to tear down and rebuild the shulker farm for one of those newfangled shulker farms. Because, of course, they changed how part of, what are those hitboxes work. And they didn't make like a super easy way to just repair my shulker farm. Okay, so let's go get some stone. Going the wrong way. Get some stone. Like, plug the leak over there. And keep going. Stone. That's all sand. We'll just take a few. We don't need a bunch. We don't need a bunch. Cool. So the kale in the arrow garden is going very well. It's a little out of control, but I'm loving it. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I'm going to need to harvest that a lot sooner than I initially thought with how much has already grown in there. Okay, so that do it? Yeah, okay, cool. These little plants and these little arrow gardens, they go quick. They go real quick. Oops, a daisy. Oh, that's fine. Cool. Great. We will... Let's do this. Let's break this. Stone, stone, stone. That can all be taken care of later. But I just want to make it stone so we don't forget. And then this... I thought I was getting shot at. That fish just flew right at my face. Cool. That is... I don't know what I was expecting. I thought for some reason that, like, if that corner went away, this whole thing would fill in. Obviously not. Obviously, that is not what happened at all. Like, in the slightest. But I really was hoping it would. You go down there. It's definitely going to be easier to terraform it with this thing already like pre-loaded up like this. Now this over here, this is kind of annoying. I think we're just gonna deal with it like this since it's at the top section. Yeah, that was quick enough. Oh, I gotta remember that. At least there's water there to help me. This will be good if I can do this and maybe terraform this one. Do I want to do the terraforming right now? That doesn't sound like something I would enjoy right now doing. So, how about no? Not going to do that right now. We're just going to clear this up. And then maybe we'll move on to another area. Okay, so what needs to go away here? That's the question. This is slightly... Interesting. Okay, so that was deep slate cobble, so that doesn't go there. Opening this up is actually more tricky than I thought over here. This one got a little messy for some reason. I guess let's just open it up and try and figure it out. Like this clearly does not need to be there. But does this? I feel like it does for the shape to work. No, I guess, can I tell if it shows... what is it? If it shows that it wanted to be deep slate, so like that was supposed to be wool, so that should be stone. But if it shows that it was supposed to be deep slate, then it should be nothing. Because it should have been replaced by wool when I did it. I think that's how I can tell if it's right or not. So like that shall be wool, so that's good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way to deal with it. Here, from the inside, we're going to do this, though. Oh, wait. Let's finish. Getting, like, little ADHD about how I'm doing this. I want to be able to just plow through it, but I also want to, like, break up the thinking process of it a little bit. I'm assuming that is good for in there. And this should all look right if we get rid of the sand now. Let's find out. Stay tuned. There's more. Yeah. Oh. Okay, hold on. Okay, goodness. Wonder if you change your glazed terracotta to leaves or something to stop zombies from spawning on it. I guess that would work because the leaves can't be moved by the honey block, right? So theoretically... I don't know. I mean, it's El Mango's original design, so I don't know if at some point they didn't spawn there. Like, I don't know why he had it like that. Like, what did I screw up, or what has changed since his original design that's like that? Okay, so I think cyan wool, cyan wool. Now, what were you supposed to be? Aha. That was supposed to be cyan wool. And here, cyan wool. And here, cyan wool. Here, cyan wool. There, cyan wool. Here, cyan wool. There's sand. Okay, so that's where... Oh, good. That's where that goes. Okay, so that's cleaned up then. Minus... Okay, let's breathe, 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 breathe. I don't feel like this is supposed to be here. I could be wrong, but that just seems... Yeah, that specific block was got deep slate. Okay, cool. And that's lime wool. That's lime wool. Yeah. Okay, great. So then we just have to tear this down. That should be good. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go try swapping that out for a leaf block, so that way things don't spawn there anymore, because it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Oh, okay. Okay. This is slow going, huh? I wonder if it's going to be this I don't need these. Yeah, I guess I do. I wonder. I feel like this corner for some reason confused me a bit more than the other ones. So I'm hoping I don't have this much struggle figuring out the lines on the other corners. Or maybe I just did the other corners badly, and they're going to actually struggle a lot, and I'm going to need to clean them quite a bit. I don't know. I don't know. So to talk about D&D for a second here, we've found a local live like D&D performance where they will go up on stage and play D&D like a one shot live, and you pay tickets to go and watch. And my wife, now being obsessed with this after, gigs and dungeon delivery, wants to go and watch one of these performances live. I feel like it's not going to be the same. I think one of the reasons that these are fun to watch is because we know the we don't know, but we follow the content creators. So we understand and get their jokes already because we know their humor kind of through their videos. Could be fun, could be awful. Yeah, the theme, I think we missed out on the one that was next week. They were already sold out. It's that popular. They were doing Back to the Future mixed with Rick and Morty, which sure. At least it's something different to go try. Yeah. I mean, we're now that we know about it, because I think we didn't plan correctly. We also didn't realize how popular that was gonna be. We're gonna go to one. I guess they do a podcast, so she was also thinking about listening to the D&D podcast ahead of time and see if it's something she would like. I think part of it for her is how seriously do they take themselves? Because years ago, and by years I mean 2. I think 2 years ago or so, I tried. Well, we both tried. I wasn't interested. I didn't end up being interested in this either. But we listened to a little bit of Critical Role when that was blowing up. And I don't think we liked how it felt a little bit too serious. They took themselves too seriously in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. That's the best wording I could use. I like the goofy nature of Dungeon Delivery, and even sometimes like Gigs gets a little too serious. But that's mostly who Pixel Riffs is. So it's fine. So I think it really depends on if we'd like it or not, based on how like serious the storylines get. Like there's a level of being goofy and fun and starting to get serious and like chew into it and cringy, if that makes sense. And I think we're very susceptible to that line and where it falls. Seriously, my inventory is yet again absolutely full. But I think we're done with this side. I think we're good, and it looks like a pretty good circle. This terraform is just going to have to go into that, and then everything else can stay pretty clear. Yeah, I struggle with the actual role playing of D&D. Yeah, it's like can be pretty cringe. Yeah, I don't like think we'd enjoy it if it got super cringy. You know. Role playing in a goofy way like they do on Dungeon Delivery is great, and I'm here for that all day. Especially because like the way that they get into it creatively is pretty funny. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see which side of the line these folks fall on. Cool. So we've now done kitty corner. We got this side and that side. Let's go get some leaves and test out. Well, I guess not really going to test it, but we'll just do it. It'll work. It's just we'll see if we ever see any more over there. And let's go get. Let's just do a mangrove leaf because that's like I see mangrove. And it's really easy to get right now. Excusez-moi. I love that green. Really? New recipe unlocked? Apparently, I got a new recipe. Leaf litter probably was never made from mangrove. I don't know. That's a weird one. I feel like I've messed with leaf litter on this server, but maybe just not specifically picked up a mangrove block. I don't know. Oh, I need more caffeine. I start to get the yawns after 2 hours. I don't like it. Okay, sear. Let's see here. Where is it? It's the collection system down here. So if we break that, and then put this here, should be grand. Let's put this under here. So that way we know where it is if it's needed. This is working well. Cool. So if I'm like, I mean, I know they won't spawn, but I guess I'm just looking to see if anything else spawns. There's no other spawnable spots, right? Like if I'm over here, they're all just chilling. Nothing's spawning over here. I guess it would be better to... I'm like close to the surface in an area that has very much so not been like mob proofed. Can't believe how many are falling through. It seems fine. I feel like by now I would have seen something spawn. So okay, so we're good. Great. Let's grab some more rockets while we're over here. I'm guessing that's where he died. Silly boy. Cool. So we should sleep. We should grab more rockets. And we should look at, I guess, the next section that's going to come down. This is the only place where, like, if I'm going crazy, I can get a little bit of lag. I mean, dropping to 85, 77, 91. I don't, it's like not, it's, I can kind of feel it slightly when it's below the 120 mark, but it's fine. What else I need? Rockets. Excellent. Head it back over. Whee. My wings are good. Tokyo is working on something over here. I don't know if it was this. No, I think it was this. She's working on this building recently. Because she nabbed my happy ghast. Oh, she keeps the middle open. Interesting. Okay, so we got that side then. I guess we could break down this side. I think I do. We did finish, right? Like my brain's not forgetting something. Seeing how this doesn't fill in, I think it'll be easier to have it open to re-terraform the terrain. So we're going to go with the same concept. And we're going to... Well, this makes it a little bit easier because this side's already done. So maybe that's what I was meaning when I was thinking easier. Now, this is the only section we got to figure out in terms of... So that should be stone. That should be stone. And that can all go away. To be terraformed. But then here... That should be stone. That should be stone. And stone and stone. Okay, cool. So that's easy on that side. I'll break all that down. And then this side, I guess if we bring this down to here. Okay, I've gone too far. It was already down pretty low. Okay, so sand, great. Cyan wool. So this was all... Oh, I missed another phone call? Hold on 1 second. What? George, 34 minutes ago. No, that was them. So that guy's name was George. Okay. It's confusing. Okay, cool. Sorry. Back to this. So this whole section should actually be stone. So let's take care of that. Is this all stone on the other side? I don't know. I guess for a decent portion of it is. Okay. Cool. Now what about... This is just nothing? This is nothing. But there's no stone on the other side of this, so that doesn't seem quite right. Was I missing something? Sand, sand. There's supposed to be stone there. I see. I bet you. Right? Okay. Come on. So we're going to have a little bit of weirdness. Okay. Boop. Boop. Where does it cut in? Cuts in here. Okay. And what is... Whoa. Boop. And... It goes boop there. Great. Okay. So this is supposed to be cyan wall, and cyan wall. So it's a little weird. We got some weirdness going on. Let's sponge this out here real quick. Just so that that's not leaking. Be easier to see if we can, you know, open this up a little bit. Don't need to have all of this here. Is this supposed to be stone then? Or no? That's stone to there. So let's do, which way? Not there. 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 And there. And there. And there. And here. Oh. How about... Oh, yeah. Okay, so these three. Boop. Boop. Okay, but not here? Couple deep slide. Okay, sure, yeah. If you insist. Boop, boop. Wait, but what's going on here? I'm confused. That feels like that should be stone then. Or, oh, it's on the inside. Sand. This says sand, though. This says sand. So this is supposed to be? Okay. And this says sand. So that has to be. And this says cyan wool. Really? That seems a little weird. Cyan wool. Cyan wool. Okay, cool. Oh, whatever. Whatever. It works. That's all that I care about. That is all I care about. So under here, is that supposed to be cyan wool? And that. And that. And that. That. So all of that? Seriously? There. And probably there? Which would, I guess, mean there. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure, that makes sense, kind of. So where does this end here? So this is, we want to take this down. And I guess work our way over from this? Yeah. Okay. This is going to be a terraform job. Why? This is like high. The other end must be like super low. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, so we got to take this stuff down, and then this will be the easy part. As long as this doesn't flood in the inside, should be good. We'll just have to take it pretty far down. Oh, this is going to be such a nightmare to deal with the terraforming of. Oh, and it looks like this is good. This might not matter here because this is all going to get pretty hidden by terraforming. I just got to make sure this is good. I think it should be. As long as it looks right, I guess we're good. Ah! Cool. Yep, okay. And then we just need to... where's the rails? I guess slabs would have also worked for this concept. Just anything that won't instantly waterlog that we can use to send that stuff down. Okay, does it look right? That 3 wide there really just slightly. Why doesn't it say what it is now? Okay. Okay, whatever. It's not too. It just feels so weird. Okay, I'm safe there, right? Let's just see. Is there not a 3 wide on the other side? If there's, it should be like pretty matchy. 2 wide, 2 wide, 2 wide. I don't see any 3 wides. So something is weird there. Something is weird. It is at this level. That's fine. Technically, it should be able to go away because it should be able to go away up to there, right? That looks better. That just overall looks way better to me. I mean, honestly, that tracks too. It doesn't show it inside of here. I think it was just being goofy. I think that is correct. Okay, cool. And I think just to make my life easier, I'm gonna get rid of that there. Okay, so now it's just a matter of cleaning it up. Okay, we sleep and we clean, and I fall. Failure to lunch. Let's try this again. I think this, minus the fact that, you know, the kelp is like clearly square shaped. Is pretty well terraformed. If you just look, ignoring the kelp, I think underneath feels pretty natural. Natural. And this should be pretty easy. Not a lot of deep slate used here compared to the other ones, so that's good. I think we will be able to blow through this fairly quick. A lot more sand. And the sand comes very easily. And I guess technically that is kind of the terraform layers, so all of that's going to stay. Oh, the obsidian was a great choice. I put the obsidian there because, like, I was so worried that a catastrophe at the corners was going to create this whole thing to flood again. So ridiculous. I don't know why. Minecraft water physics is great, but it's also like some things about it still just confuse me. So just easier, I guess, for peace of mind to have that at a corner so the corner can't collapse in on itself. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, this section's a little annoying, but not too bad. And I think because this will all have the water now coming down from over it, I should be able to swim up to place the rails in the sections that are necessary. I will go get all this cobblestone. This cobblestone's great. Depending on what gets released tomorrow, Wednesday might be a mix of Craftworks and snapshots. We will see. Too soon to say. That's the low point. That's why it's this low. because I did that. Okay. That makes sense. I really got into working on the that lighthouse, and I like want to finish it, or I want to keep working on it. I don't think I'll be able to finish it anytime super soon, but I do want to mess with it some more. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Close enough. We'll clean these scragglers afterwards. Cool. I am excited to put on a little bit of the Artemis stuff tonight. See what things look like from the far side of the... I guess not the far side of the moon. It would be kind of impossible for us to do that, right? Because I think their radio signals like blocked when they go behind the moon for like an hour or something. Something like that. I vaguely remember. Somewhere in the process of the moon travel, their whole radio signal will be obstructed by the moon from reaching us. Although they might be able to use, maybe there's satellites that they can bounce off of that are like not, well, no. I don't know. I'll be curious to see. I really thought there was like some weird section of time where they can't. It's wild that they can stream from so far, but I guess there's nothing out there to block the transmission. Well, yeah, that's where the whole thing with the moon comes in. Like, I can't remember, but I think there is like 50 minutes or something where they will be completely out of contact. I also don't know, like, what they're just using some sort of, I don't know if they're using ground-based stuff to communicate with them directly, or if it's satellite relays. You know, I'm not sure which way they're actually going about it. Satellite relays, I feel like, would be faster. Yeah, there has to be satellite relays, because if it was ground, as the Earth rotated, the satellite would lose signal. The ground base would have to keep switching to different satellites. So different antennas on the ground, they'd have to keep switching between if they were specifically going ground. But I guess if they used a satellite, they'd probably have to be switching between different satellites depending on where it was orbiting. I don't know. Stuff's way over my head. It's still cool though. It's still cool that they can do it. I'm definitely excited to watch a little bit of that. You know, it was fun to watch the launch. That was great. That was really cool. Nice to have a little bit of that kind of excitement about science and space stuff happening again for a little bit. My grandfather was, he worked for CBS as a film guy. He filmed a lot of the news stuff for them and did editing and edited for them as well. And he got to see those original moon launches and stuff and film them. Okay, dude, catch you later. I'll probably be done by the time you get back. I'm just going to finish this up and then call it. I just want to get this cleaned and then be done. Just have a little bit more to do. This side, basically. Shouldn't take me too long. Hopefully. We'll see. I probably should clean up this deep slate too. That'll end up being stone covering it though, so I don't know. Get all this over. Okay, that's why we don't have stone. We don't have stone on me. Great. Let's go get some stone so we can fill in those tough to reach places. Boop. If I can get that one done, then there's literally one left until we go to terraform. Stack should be enough. What a massive build. This is never really thought about how crazy this was gonna get, but it got crazy, this project. Boop, boop. Okay, we can cheat that up. That's fine. Okay. Back to this here. It'll be interesting to see how much I'm going to have to clear as far as chunks for this sulfur cave stuff. Some of the things I've seen, it looks extremely way more common than what I was originally expecting, which I guess if we are considering renewability of certain items, maybe that's good then. Okay, I don't think I'm just gonna dig this up so I can have it, but we're just gonna do one more layer and then we'll double cover this because this is mostly going to be covered by terraforming anyway. This whole thing should be anyway. That's good. Yeah, this is going to be really covered by terraforming. I only have 3 left. Dang. We used all those. Oh, well, I could cover these 2 at the very least. Boop, boop. There we go. And now we just need to clear... Oh, that's a machine. This section. Oh, this will be fun with the obsidian. So glad I put obsidian here. Is this gonna like, hold on, I gotta crouch. If I crouch, will it be able to push me off? No. Not even in water will it push me off the block if I'm crouching. Great. I left some rails there accidentally. Oh boy. It's fine. Obsidian's fine. Not a big problem. As long as I could get down there without running out of breath, I don't think I will complain about it. And we're almost to the bottom. And we have 3 bubbles left. There we go. Look at that. I don't know how I missed clearing these rails. Okay. Oh, they didn't flow down here. I really thought those rails were going to flow down this way. Unfortunate. Yeah, this is going to be a much taller order for terraforming, just due to height differentials over here. Nope. So much sand. I produced so much for drainage and now it's all going away. It's just going to go back into storage. I guess if I need a lot of glass, I got an insane amount of sand. Or concrete. Although probably wouldn't use it for concrete because I could just dupe the concrete in the same manner. So probably not concrete. So many fish. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go clean up the inventory. I still got a half an hour. Maybe we'll look at this other side still. That other side looks like it's gonna be a bit harder. Boop, 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 boop. Gravel and sand. That could go away. Sleep. And let's see here. Let's just make sure it looks good from the outside. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. No blue blocks on the curve. Great. Okay. Let's see what we are going to be dealing with over on this side. Because this is another side that, like that side, was a bit more filled in. Or no, not really, huh? It's really just this. Okay, let's get some stone. And let's at least get it so that this side is cleaned up and easier to like tear down. We'll see how into it I get. If I get into it enough, we might just try and finish that little section. Stone. Here we go. Just a wee bit. And we will start. I think what we're going to do is this block right here, obviously. We're going to go down from here. And then the goal is to clear everything out from this over. This is all sand, so let's just do that first, actually. Oh, hold on. Sure. Let's see what that gets us. Looks good, actually. Did I do this right for once? Hold on. This is probably the better perspective. Wow. Okay, this side was super clean. Look at that. Okay, so, and this is all sand except for that top row. So we can, oops. Trying to leave the gravel because we're gonna be terraforming with the gravel anyway. On the plus side, gravel's farmable, so we can get plenty of gravel. Thank you, the pigman, for being willing to trade. Oh boy. And there's the obsidian. Nice. Very nice. Let's just keep it going. Is this? Sure. How far? Just to here-ish? Oop. We'll clean up the scragglers. Come on. Oh, I'm out of rails. Ha! It's like, why no work? Because I'm out of rails. Where did all those rails go? They're all flowing up here. I only have 3 more rows to go. You couldn't have just had enough? There's probably a bunch of rails down here too. Nope. We got 3 rails. It's fine. It's good. Look at all those rails. This is unacceptable. We're going to have to get rid of that cobblestone because it's goofy looking. Oh, we missed a... Oh, no. There. Okay. Cool. Sear. Boop. Boop. Ah. Boop. Okay. Let's get rid of all the rails now. Clean that up. I think it did pretty good. We'll have to get rid of there's still the stone up top, right? Let's see, yeah. So much rails. Okay, that's pretty clean. Welcome to the chat room. I've been here the whole time. All right, let's get rid of the sand real quick. Put that away. Just so we have some more collection room in my inventory. Sand, sand, sand. Do I have an empty? I do. Okay, cool. The sand made that so easy. Like, dang. And then we just got to... This is stone. Stone should not be difficult. I do want to make sure... That should be lime wool. That's stone. That's lime wool. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that was accurate. that corner over there. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, that went so much faster. Oh god, on this side. Wait, if I'm like outside the water, we won't do that again. We will not do that again. Okay, we have a couple bits and bobs to clean up over there with the rails and sand. I think that should be pretty easy. This side's going to be pretty easy to terraform too. This might be one of the first sides I do terraform because it's pretty much flat up until the corners there, which is nice and easy. Okay, cool. So let's get rid of this stuff. And then get rid of the sand. Oh, there's a lot of sand. And then, oh boy. I guess we should do a run over here. Grab all this. So many items. So many items. Cool. Trench run. Huh. Hello. How you doing, Chaos? I'm gonna be wrapping up in like 5 minutes here. I'm just finishing off the last corner. Lurking because locked into Pokemon due to challenge run. Okay. I appreciate the lurk, good sir. This is all coming down. None of this is at the right level, so this all goes away. Even the stone. I don't know why there's stone here. This can all go bye-bye. This looks like this is all correct, though. It looks like it should be 3 high, so this looks fine. Oh, except for there. We'll come back and clean that up. Yeah, okay. And this goes to the edge there. That looks good. Cave there. And boop and boop. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. This one's definitely going to be the easiest to manage in terms of taking care of terraforming. So that should be no more of those corners. If we there's a lot of lines everywhere. Hold on. There's still another one. Is there still another one? Yes, there is. There we go. I gotta tear this whole thing down, I think. We've got ourselves an outer circle. We just got to, I guess, work with water next time. We gotta clear the water out. We gotta clear the water out of the 4 sides. And we gotta terraform 3 of the corners. Okay. Sure. Yeah. That's not gonna be too bad. That should be fine. That's gonna be annoying to clear out. We might this might get terraformed over. Like fill in that. Fill in this. Up to here. Like get rid of this crevasse. Might have to do something about that. That one's annoying. Do we have anything like that over here? No. That one's probably pretty easy. I did do something crazy like that over here though, but I don't think I'm going to do that again. And then this one, no, nothing too crazy there. This side, that little section, sure. Yeah, this is not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's go put this stuff away and sleep real quick. How's my little wings? Wings are good. Wings are winging. Clean up the inventory situation. Boop. And stone. Can this go somewhere? And this goes somewhere. I don't know. I do have a lot of random stuff on me. I have this 5 pieces of redstone have been sitting here forever. And a lead. What is this lead for? Did somebody die that was on a lead? I don't know. I don't know why I have this lead. We'll put this lead away. And where are we gonna put the lead? We'll put the lead right here. This is random stuff. Okay, how do we do on the sponge? Let's sleep. Let us sleep, and I will go dry off these sponges. And then I think I'm gonna call it there. And this way we're ready to do some sponging when the time comes. What is down here? This is all just random blocks too, right? Yeah, eventually those need to go away. I mean, eventually this whole portal down here to go bye-bye. It's not in the right spot. Whoa, that is some crazy moray going on over there. And the bedrock texture? Has it always been that gnarly? Weird. I don't know why my face is seeing that right now. Ah, not a rail. Get out of here. 55. We still have the exact same number of sponges. I love it. Actually, while we're up here, we should... Where's the... There. Let's grab more rockets. I go through rockets so much. Nobody's living up there, right? Not since we put the leaves in? Great. Love it. Okay, cool. That is good to see. Okay. Got that. We got that. More rockets. Again. There. Okay. Cool. Calling it a little bit earlier today, 2.5 hours. But thank you all for watching. I will be back Wednesday. We'll be on Craftworks. We'll be doing maybe some testing with a snapshot as well.